Do you carry an LV bag? Try out makeup cosmetics at Sephora? Or maybe even bought a Tiffany & Co ring for your partner? Then before you know it, you are already connected to LVMH, the world's biggest luxury group with over 75 brands just like the picture shown here. But here's the twist. Despite being a luxury powerhouse, LVMH stock recently dropped 27% to the lowest point in a year due to China's economic slowdown. Is this a rare buying opportunity or a sign to stay away? Let's find out more in today's video. If you haven't done so, do join my free weekly newsletter where you will get tips on the US and Singapore stock markets, stock ideas, analyst reports, and many more. So without further ado, let's jump back to the video. This video is going to be divided into two parts. First part, we'll talk about the investment merits of LVMH and the risks that you need to take note of. The second part will be on how, if let's say you are interested in a stock, how are you going to purchase it? Because LVMH is actually a Paris listed stock. Okay, so how are you going to buy it? Through the US OTC securities. Okay, so later on we will cover on that. But first, when you look at this picture, right, what does it tell you? LVMH didn't start off with so many brands, right? As per so many MNCs, they are also growing steadily over the years. And from here, you can see how they have done a lot of notable M&A since inception, since 1989. And their revenue, because of all these acquisitions, is up 24 times. Not 24%, 24 times. Okay, so with brands like Sephora, um, Bulgari, okay, Holop, okay, Tiffany and Co, which is the one that my wife always tell me about, okay, and all and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is what inspired me, okay, to do a case study for my premium members in the Beehive newsletter. So I will put the link down below. Okay, you can check it out if you want. You can get first dibs on all these case studies. Okay, get early access so that whenever I do a video, you are already aware of the stock idea way beforehand. Now let's hop over to the case study. I will just show you what I have done in the case study itself. Alright, so this is behind the scenes of how I craft my weekly newsletter. I'll just show you what it looks like back end, okay? So you can see I have put in 1928 words into every weekly newsletter. So it takes a lot of effort. If you haven't done so, you can go to investkaki.com and sign up. Alright, so what we do, I'll just do a quick walkthrough lah. The GIF, image, the title, some introduction, the US news, Asian news, analyst reports, and either picture of the week, meme of the week, or some very nice infographic of the week. Okay, so this is about how even the monks are going to open up a stock brokerage account in China itself due to the massive stimulus by the Chinese government. Okay, yeah, but jokes aside, right now let's talk about our stock idea, which is the one that I want to share with you about LVMH. Okay, so all right, so I've put it in over here, and one of the big thing that I want to highlight is about their economic mode. Okay, so what sets LV apart from other luxury brands is their robust mode. So this brand strength translate into substantial pricing power. Okay, and I have heard of people in the retail sector. One of my student that I conducted the investing workshop before, she's actually in the luxury retail space, and she told me that LV, they are not they are very resilient to, they are very no they are not willing to cut prices. Why? Because when you cut prices, it shows people that, oh, anybody can own a LV bag or anybody can own a Birkin bag, that kind of feeling. So they want it to be exclusive for high income earners or high net worth individuals. So LV, they can continue to increase their price every single year, and that will translate into strong profit margins even during downturns. So we all know that LV is big in Asia itself. So according to the recent corporate presentation, right, their third quarter results, Asia itself, okay, Asia including excluding Japan but including China, Malaysia, Singapore, and all that, we contribute to more than 30% of their entire sales. All right, so I believe that the China market economic downturn has been impacting LVMH. But that being said, they are going to keep the cost, right? Because that is what they do. They have to just put a very high price for their products, and naturally people will want to flock to buy all these high-end luxury goods. Okay, so it ensures that the brand image remains pristine. All right, so the second part is about the industry growth trends. So like just now I mentioned about how China recently, they're doing very bad economically, but because of their recent stimulus, it will have a knockdown effect, okay, to boost consumer spending. So that is the reason why LV, actually their share price shot up by 10 to 20% in the past month when I wrote about this newsletter. Okay, so you can read about the initiatives lah, all these cutting interest rates, boosting domestic consumption and things like that. But all in all, is a big catalyst for luxury retailers like LVMH. Okay, so I've written it about it over here. All right, and moving on, let's talk about the financial performance. So LVMH, you can see I plucked this off Simply Wall Street. Their revenue has been increasing steadily, except the dip in COVID. So even though COVID, everyone is locked down, their revenue is only like dropped maybe maximum 20%. And you can see their free cash flow earnings are also growing healthily. Very good cash flow earnings margin as well as free cash flow margins. So earnings is sitting at 16% profit margin as of 30 June 2024. Okay, and yeah, because of their business segments, there are 5 business segments in LVMH. Not only the luxury handbags, LV handbags, they are also into leather goods, their wine, their perfumes, cosmetics, watches, jewelry, and even selective retailing. Okay, so they have so many different segments. It is like a diversified kind of a conglomerate already. Okay, but that being said, because of their high pricing power, they are able to maintain their operating profit margins. Okay, so you can sell high quality products at premium prices while managing the cost. So simply put, they can just, due to inflation, they have to keep increasing the price of all these products, and yet their costs maybe only increase by a bit of the whole selling price. But you get what I mean, right? Okay. Um, so I would believe that, okay, this is like a more of a luxury brand. So you don't have any AI or whatever technology to talk about for LVMH. It is more like they can continue to have this very good track record of acquisitions, such as the purchase of Tiffany and Co. Right, and with their distribution network, with such financial war chest, right, financial flexibility, they are able to keep growing and enter new markets, and have synergy, scale the existing operations, and so on and so forth. So it's a very simple to understand kind of a business model, which is what I like a lot about LVMH. Okay, and on top of that, right, the management team experience and insider ownership. So you can see it is closely tied to the chairman and CEO. Okay, Bernard man, can't really pronounce his name, but anyway, so he owns a 47% stake, okay, in the company. That is fantastic. So this 47 is owned by the whole family, and you also have BlackRock, Vanguard Group, all these kind of asset management firms lah. All right, so they collectively own 62% for the top 25 shareholders. Okay, to wrap it up, if you were to ask me, I think LVMH do seem some value in it right now. Is a luxury powerhouse, and the recent share price dip could be, a rare opportunity for long-time investors. But if you want to buy into it without a European investment account, you can go through the OTC securities listed in the US, and that's what I'm going to talk about next. Okay, so first thing first, if you come to Google Finance and you key in LVMH and press enter, the stock symbol that you are looking at is, of course, LVMH, but is France listed, or you know is listed in the France stock exchange, and that's why it is denominated in euro dollars, 632 euro dollars. Okay, and assuming you don't have all these kind of full-fledged brokerage accounts like interactive brokers, what you have is Tiger Momo or even Weibo accounts. What you can do is actually opt for the OTC securities, which let me just show you now, is LVMHF. Okay, so they are something like ADR, which is like this depository receipt that is, but is listed in the OTC markets, okay, in the US itself. So it's US listed security, and their price movements is roughly the same. You can see maybe based on the 5 year share price chart is around the same. Okay, so they went from 300 plus dollars to 600 to 900. Okay, 999, close to 1000 already, before dropping down all the way to 636 at the time of me recording this video. But if same thing goes, you feel that it's too expensive, one share is causing you $680, which is like 1000 Sing dollars, you can opt for the cheaper option, which is also the same thing, but it is one fifth of the price of the OTC security. So same thing as the one I showed you just now, LVMHF, but this one is LVMUY. Okay, so they are all the same. It's just that the liquidity is different because of this. Their share price is smaller. Okay, they are so called, they have a higher trading volume lah, but the share price movement is around the same. So this is 57%, right, across 5 years. So if I were to go back, also 57% over 5 years period. So it's around the same. Okay. So if you were to ask me, I would prefer the cheaper option, LVMUY. So let's say if you want to just get started in very small amounts, you can purchase maybe one or two shares, monitor the stock, and as it goes up, you can continue to buy more. You can do even a monthly or quarterly purchase kind of thing. All right, so this is how you can actually take advantage of purchasing all these luxury brands together in one stock itself, but sidestepping the France listed index by purchasing it in the OTC markets. So with that, right, if you want to stay ahead of the game and get early access to in-depth stock ideas like this one, like LVMH, do join our premium membership by clicking on the link in the description box below or over here. The members will get exclusive posts on trending stocks like LVMH or even Tesla bull and bear case. So you are always a step ahead with unique insights and opportunities. To wrap up, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more of such stock analysis videos. Leave a comment down below which other US stock you want me to cover, and of course, join my free weekly newsletter at investkaki.com for exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else. And last but not least, if you are free for a few minutes, do check out my next video over here.